Coming up today, we're grunging it up with Emily A. Smith.
These artists have inspired my sound and I think my empowerment of being a female musician as well.
I'll tell you about some awesome local releases. And Dan will let us know about the cut-off date to enter our Exposed Newcastle competition. Produced on Awabakal and Warramai land, this is The Good Stuff, powered by BYD on Newcastle Live.
This is
Good.
Good
stuff.
The good stuff.
As always, there are tune rags coming out the wazoo from local musos here in Newey, so we thought that we'd highlight a few that you have to hear. The madman Velda dropped an epic EP that was 3 years in the making called Immaterial But Objective. You need to hear Your Wish from this EP. It's so good. House banger.
Yeah, the Velda.
Max Jackson has released an earworm of a single called Little More Country, and we highly recommend checking out her Instagram at the moment. She's been doing some really fun videos. And there's a new song by Samuel Winder called Steady Hands that was just released today. To hear all of these tunes and more, you should head on over to the Newcastle live stream via the app or the website.
This is
Good stuff. This week, Emily A. Smith celebrated her 90s jam night, Temple of the Stag's first birthday. And this weekend, she'll feature in a brand new band called Havana at Grungefest 5000. Grungefest 5000, it's happening this Saturday at the Wicco. Can you tell us who's on the lineup?
So we have Havana, an all-girl grunge-inspired band. We've got Kodum. And we've got the Stone Temple Pilot Tribute Band and the Chris Cornell Concept will be closing the night.
Yeah, brilliant. That's a packed lineup and obviously going to be very grungy. But Havana, tell me a little bit about that. That sounds really exciting.
So I was approached by Aaron Philpott to put together an all-girl band for Grungefest 5000. So I found some of the best female musicians I could in Newcastle. We've got Amy V on bass and vocals,
brilliant.
Libby Jones on drums, myself on guitar and vocals, and I have asked a couple of phenomenal female singers around Newcastle to join our band. So we've got Leonie Beasley.
Oh my gosh,
featuring
yes, a regular at the Temple of the Stag.
Temple of the Stag,
awesome.
yes. And we've got Christina Scotch.
Oh. Another absolute weapon.
Yeah,
cool.
And we've got Amy V herself will be singing a song. Helena Kitley.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And Kyla Allen and myself, Emily A. Smith. So
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
How exciting. So what kind of songs are you going to go for? All Nirvana? Or?
No Nirvana, actually.
No Nirvana.
All female
is that
artists.
Sacrilege?
It is a little bit sacrilege, but we had to keep it in the theme of women. So we're doing all female front women bands, songs by them and artists. So we're doing a bit of Cranberries,
beautiful,
Veruca Salt, PJ Harvey,
yep,
Four Non-Blondes, of course, Hole, and even some Janis Joplin in there.
Wow, that's
Heather Nova.
what a diverse
spread. I know. Well, we thought PJ Harvey and Susie Quattro as well. They're kind of like some of the pioneers for the female grunge scene. So I think that ties in really well.
So would you say that these femme artists are some of the ones that inspired you to start playing and singing?
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up listening to Janis Joplin and Susie Quattro. My dad was spinning their records all the time as I was growing up. And then as I got older, I was definitely listening to a lot of Hole and Cranberries. I love the Cranberries. And PJ Harvey kind of came later on in the mix. But yeah, I'd say that these artists have inspired my sound and I think my empowerment of being a female musician as well. So
totally,
I'm very proud to be playing these songs and with such a stellar band that we have.
I think, looking back at the 90s in particular, when you're listening to the femme music that was produced, it was so in your face, and I think it's still inspiring young women today.
Absolutely, yeah. It's kind of taking a comeback now. We're hearing more and more of it getting played and covered by teenagers in their bedrooms and that kind of thing. And it's it's a timeless decade of music. Yeah.
Yeah. You've definitely proven that because you've just had the very first birthday of the Temple of the Stag, which is the 90s grunge night, happens every single Monday night at the Stag and Hunter Hotel. What do you think it is that people resonate so much with, especially around here, you know, when it comes to grunge and 90s?
I think people love that decade of music and have a lot of nostalgia around it. And you know, the range of people that come to Temple of the Stag are as old as their late 50s to as young as their early 20s, and they all have the same love and appreciation for it. It is such an eclectic group of people and a community that continues to grow.
Yeah,
and it's such a broad genre and such a like there was so much going on in the 90s. Great songwriters, great production. And just really honest music. So the night is growing and growing and has been awesome, and I'm can't believe my baby's become a year older.
I know.
It's crazy, but
and it really is your baby. You know, you've worked really hard on this and worked really hard on getting people to come and play and even just come and listen, you know?
Yeah.
Recently when I've been to Temple of the Stag, there's been just as many punters as there has been, you know, people that are actually playing, which is a huge thing for a jam night.
Yeah, that's what I always wanted. I always wanted it to be a really solid night for punters to come and watch and want to come and listen to, but also a space where people could get up and have a go and play with the band.
Yeah.
So I'm just so over the moon with how that night has developed and grown, and I could not be happier. I feel very grateful, and I've always wanted to do something like that, and I just didn't know how it was going to look. So at the time of having the idea for Temple of the Stag, I was really craving community, and I was really missing my 90s girl band, grunge-inspired girl band, Babes of Wolves. So I played in Adelaide, the original band I was in. I love country music, but I was kind of getting a little bit sick of just doing country gigs.
Yeah.
And I really wanted that outlet, and it's become such a great night, and it pretty much has ticked all the boxes that I'd hoped for and then some. So yeah, I'm very grateful.
All right, well, what are your goals for Temple of the Stag before it gets to its second birthday? What do you want to see in the next year?
Well, I'd really like to see some more touring acts come and be part of the night, and perform with us. I'd really like to see our Stag Temple Pilot Band play in some festivals as well and go a bit bigger.
That'd be sick.
We do have something coming up at a pretty big festival in January this year. Well, next year, sorry, because January's already gone this year.
Yeah.
Temple of the Stag is going to be playing at the Tamworth Country Music Festival.
No way.
So,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. What a way to get out to a whole different audience too.
I know. To be able to bring it to Tamworth, like my other home in the Country Music Festival, is such an honour.
Yeah, wow. That's amazing. Well, congratulations. I can't congratulate you enough on what you've created with Temple of the Stag at the Stag and Hunter. It's not going anywhere every
Monday night at the Stag and Hunter Hotel from 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And thank you, Newcastle Live, for all the support you've given us.
Oh, no worries. And I can't wait to see Havana and the rest of the absolutely stellar lineup at Grungefest 5000 this weekend, this Saturday.
Yeah, at the Wicco. Can't wait. Yeah. Rock on.
Rock on.
This is where it sounds good.
Good stuff. Entries for our Exposed Newcastle competition close this Sunday at midnight. We're running the competition with our mates over at Camera House to give you the chance to win a brand new DSLR camera. All you need to do is post a photo to your Instagram account, make sure you tag Newcastle Live and use the hashtags Exposed Newcastle and Camera House. Head to newcastlelive.com.au to find out more about the competition and how you can win a brand new DSLR camera thanks to our mates at Camera House.
Newcastle Live. Newcastle Live.
That's it for the good stuff today. I'd love to say a big thank you to Emily A. Smith. You should head along to Grungefest 5000 tomorrow for the stellar lineup and, of course, a bit of Havana. Thanks heaps for joining us, and we'll see you on Monday for more of the good stuff.